And here we are, reveal number 303R. This is a replacement for the 1954 S roll that turned out to be partially cleaned and partially ick and just not a good roll, not original. A lot of the coins in that roll had been scrubbed. So what we're going to do now, this is 303R. It's a replacement. There's your 303R insert, and here's a 303R. First coin goes to Adam Chambers. And this is our roll. It is a pretty nice looking 1954 S roll. And I believe it's original. I wouldn't do this if I didn't believe it was original. So we're going to dump these out and see where we start, see where we end up. Hopefully we'll end up with some goodies. Double die obverse that we're looking for, DDO number 1, is a class 2 that shows in God We Trust. And just a little bit on the date. Oops. I don't like H.E. Harris tubes. This is why I don't like H.E. Harris tubes. You end up with a coin stuck at the bottom of the tube because it's not big enough around for the coins. And you end up having to slam the tube to get the coin out. I throw these away. I don't like H.E. Harris tubes. Did you hear that? Went in the garbage. That one is coin number 50. So I put it back there at the end of the roll. Coin number 50 is where it goes. Now Adam Chambers. Adam Chambers gets... What do we have first? Let me brighten this up just a little bit. I had it on dimmer so that we could see what we were dealing with. Looks like Adam Chambers is going to get an RPM right off the bat. Right off the bat, boys and girls, we got an RPM. Okay, so this is automatically a better roll. Nice little RPM there, S over S West. You can see it especially right over here for those who are new at RPMs and are looking for RPMs. So this is going to be the extra curve to the left. And we have a hair. You get it for free. Okay, Adam? You'll get that for free. Absolutely free. Free. You can have that hair with your RPM. Nice RPM. So that's going to be Adam Chambers. First coin out of the roll is a nice RPM. We're going to see how many more of those we can replicate out of this roll. And see if we can make up for that roll that was nasty earlier in the week. Here's one for Sureg. Sureg comes up next. And Sureg gets... Well, let's see. It's got a hit on it. See how when I face it like this, you see how right here you can see a dark shadow. That means there's a flange of metal standing out there. This is a dig into the coin after the coin left the dies. So this is definitely damage on the coin. Try to get us focused in just a little bit better there. There we go. Couple little splashes of color on this coin, but otherwise a pretty nice looking coin. And got nothing going on there. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick. 1954S is not known for double die reverses. So that we can go through and take a quick look at the reverse on the first 10 coins is going to be more like a courtesy call to make sure that we don't miss something that nobody knows about. Because, well, if nobody knows about it, nobody looks for it, nobody ever will know about it. And here we go, coin number 3. Coin number 3 turns out to be, it's a decent 54S, but not a die variety. I flip it over and take a look at the other side. Hey, Thomas. Thomas drops by to see us. How's Thomas doing this evening? A little die break down there. Die chip in the lower left wheat. That one's for Malcolm. Coin number 4 now. John Branabow. Hey, he gets the same RPM as coin number 1. So that's starting to show us we've got an original roll when you're running the same RPMs more than once. So Adam Chambers and John Branabow get to be special members of the RPM group for this particular roll. Let's see, got a little die crack on the E of Liberty. And we have a die crack running above the I in the forehead. Kind of a big circular die crack. I'm just pulling out markers. Just looking at markers. East-west die scratch between the 9 and the 5, and another east-west die scratch just to the west of the S. So that would be right here and right here. So we'll know future coins of that die by those markers. Isn't that funny? Kind of works out that way. My congrats to John Brandenbow for finding an RPM. Nice RPM, too. Let's say Marshall. What does Marshall get? Other than a hard time, Marshall gets one of those RPMs, too. You can see the same die scratches. You got one here, and then one here. And then we move up here. You've got your curved die crack. You should have a die crack on the E of Liberty, and we do. There's also a little die dot. There's a little. That's actually a piece of a die crack that runs down the Y. Right there. So there we have another RPM. Companies taking all your time? Well, I don't like that. I hope it's successful, and I hope you're doing very well with it. Here's another one. Bam! Let's just see if we can keep this streak going. Everybody gets an RPM, everybody's happy, everybody goes home happy, and we can all go to bed and have sweet dreams. Let's just say that's what. We're going to wrap this up now. Everybody has this RPM. So, right? Right? Isn't that how it goes? That's Adam Chambers' second coin. Adam Chambers' second RPM for the roll. So he's got the same RPM twice now. And here we go for Lucy. What do we get from Lucy? Lucy gets the same RPM also. Man, this thing's loaded. I love it. Let's just keep moving. Lucy gets one. Now coin number 8. Sureg. Does he get one too? No. Unfortunately, different die altogether. Not even very clean looking. Let's plop it over and take a look at the reverse real quick. Just see if we're a complete goose egg on this coin, or if we may have something back here. Nothing, boys and girls. Nothing. Hey, Jeff. What's up, Eric? Yeah, we're running into a single RPM West. I don't know which one. Maybe number 3. Okay, this is not it. Nothing. Nothing there. Nothing on the eye. Nothing up here. I flip it over real quick and take a look at the reverse because I don't remember this die popping up before. So let's see what we have. And we have nothing. Die crack in the lower right wheat there. It basically goes halfway up the wheat. Nice. For those who like their die cracks. But that's it. Number 10 now. Number 10 goes to Wanda. Nope, still not. Well, we went from sudden luck to sudden heart poured out on the floor, and we can watch it bleed to death. We had good. Had it going real good. It was over 50%. Still over 50%, but we're losing that quickly. Malcolm. So we got for Malcolm. Nope. Once again, not an RPM. Got that just a little bit of doubling on the outside of the 4. That's that ghost doubling that you get from die wear. This is a worn die. It is a late die state die. You can see all the fuzz coming off the tops of those letters. That tells you it is a late die state. Also, these dots running all over the inside on all this stuff. That's all just little pieces of the steel on the die that have completely flecked away, and what you end up with are little pits in the die. So that one's a normal. Let's go to number 12. Thomas. Let's see if Thomas gets one. No, he does not. We're not back in the groove yet, folks. Working our way back toward the groove. Let's keep a positive mojo going on. Don't happen to have one here. We'll move on. Look at the next one. And coin number 13, Jim Fletcher. Jim's good luck. Let's see what happens. No. Again, no. Well, you know what that means? We just keep going. That's right. Fall off the wagon, you get back up, you get back on, and you get going. Still, no. Leader die state here. Relatively nice looking coin, though. This would pass for a gem condition. See what the reverse looks like. A couple of little marks on the reverse, but it's otherwise a pretty nice looking coin. Slightly weak on the reverse. Mike Birchman gets that one. Now for Eric. Let's see if he gets one of the RPMs. No. Yet again, no. Well, what's happened? The family show up, Eric? Or are they still not there? Hello, Blockhead. All right, on to coin number 16. They are here. The eagle has landed. Still no. Wow. We ran into a little streak of them, and now we've got none. Nothing, nothing. Nice little West RPM. And then we get nothing at all. 5, 6, 7 coins in a row now. The havoc has started. That's right. Tell the press to go away. No news stories until it's over. Still nothing. I can't help but feel for the people in Haiti this evening after a 7.2 earthquake rocked their country earlier today. Yeah, it's finally a 54S roll that has some decent die state coins in it. They sure did use them to the extreme, but ones like this right here give you a little bit of hope. Not an RPM, but it is a slightly nicer, earlier looking. This one could possibly be an RPM, but it looks like a hit on the mint mark. I think that's just a hit. This one's going to go to Yo Man. So this one's actually late mid die state. It's not quite a late die state coin. And now coin number 19. Marshall again. Wow. When are we going to kick that luck back into gear? Now number 20. Wanda. Wanda? She's not going to start it either. Well, what is going on here? Oh, look at that. Nice big old lamb peel. That's cute. Nice big old lamb peel right there on the obverse of this one. Couple of little spots, but nice error. Pretty coin. Here's another look at it. Let's flip this one over and take a look at the reverse and see if that lamination affected the reverse. No effect on the reverse. It's got that lamination on the obverse, and that's about it. But that's nice, nonetheless. Bill Crescent. Bill Crescent now? Still no. Amazing. All these coins we've been through with no luck. We ran into like almost 7 of them in a row or something like that. 5 of them in a row. And then nothing. Now number 22. 22 for Mac. Let's see what Mac gets. Still no. This is the same die as the last coin I pulled. We got that little die scratch coming off the U of trust. Same thing that was on the last coin. Alright, that one's for Mac. Coin number 22. Now coin number 23. Carl Ignatz. And still no. We may not see any more of those RPMs. It's really weird how they were bunched up in the row like that. That's just different. Now number 24, Sureg. Hey, Coin Dragon. Got a much better 54S roll going on here. Mysterious one, though, because we ran into a number of the same RPM close to the beginning of the roll, and now we don't seem to be getting any more of them. It's kind of weird. Now we're just about halfway through the roll. John Brandon Bow gets the next coin. Let's see what it is. Nope. Also a no. Not an RPM. This is the same die again. You see the die scratch on the U of trust. Die scratch on the U of trust. I'll knock this one out of being a die variety because we have seen that die before. Stone Cutter. Stone Cutter gets this coin, which is not an RPM. It's also not the same die as that last one because this is a later die state here. So this is our later die state die out of the roll. Which you get a roll and you only get 1 or maybe 2 dies that are a later die state and a roll of 1954S. You're doing pretty good. Because 54S is one that early die state coins are not very easy to obtain. Here's one with some toning on it. Also not an RPM. This one looks like it could have been the roll end coin at one time. Because this is in a tube, they've been mixed up. Alright, that one for Malcolm. I'll move on to coin number 28 now. Coin number 28 goes to McBride. What do we have here? Not the RPM. And this one's got a spot right out in the middle of the field. Not as pretty as I would hope. No doubling on this one either. Let's try number 29. This one's for Eric. Do we get it? Wait a minute. Nope. No RPM again. This is that same die with the scratch on the U. This one's got a little spot around Liberty. Now number 30. Adam Connor. Yeah, these things they're pretty nice coins. It's a pretty gem roll. For the most part. Some of them have some spots on them. I ran into an RPM early in the roll, and turns out that they were all kind of bunched up at one end of the roll for some reason. We're not finding any more of them. Our last RPM was coin number 7. What was it? Coins 1, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there's 5 coins so far. This is one of them. This is coin number 7 right here, so to give you an idea what RPM we were running into. There you go. Quit. Right there. West RPM. That one was Lucy's coin. That's the last one I found. Here's coin number 31 now. Coin number 31 for Deanne. Watch this be another one. Nope. Also not one of them. Now number 32. Yo, man. Hey, Crappie Tim. Come back into the fold. And not. Again. It is a very nice clean coin. I mean, there's a lot of nice clean ones in here. Very nice fields. Decent luster. Most of them pretty much spot free. No, this one's actually nice and bright. I turned my light just a little bit so it doesn't quite look as bright as it actually is. But this one is nice and bright red. It's not a roll ender. All right, that's for Yo Man, number 32. Now number 33. Number 33 goes to Eric. Let's see if we can do something better. Just start pulling the RPMs again, please. Not an RPM again. We stopped looking at the reverses quite some time back because, well, the reverses on 1954S, just not known for double dies. We just don't have any. Bill. Here's one for Bill. Still not an RPM. Well, it's about that there. Well, that's interesting. Weird looking die scratch or die crack there. It's got an indent at the end of it. Actually, it looks like the rim. Yeah, the edge of the coin has moved just a little bit, so this is just about to turn into a pre-cud die crack. Rim to rim die crack or pre-cud die crack. That's for Mr. Cresson. On now to coin number 35. Coin number 35 goes to Marshall. Let's see if Marshall gets the RPM. Nope. Again, no. And again, no. And again, no. Weird. A nice RPM right up at the beginning of the roll. And then poof, it ceased to exist. That's the one for Marshall. Now 36 goes to Randy. Randy laying down because he doesn't feel well this evening. Wishing the best for him. There's our 54S. That is a normal coin. Didn't miss anything, Randy. We all love you, brother. Hope you get to feeling better. Here's one for Wanda. This one's got a spot on it. Right there. It's a little bit spotty. But it should be alright. It's just a little spot. There you go. Almost all the way rim to rim. Almost. It's awesome. Love it. Nice little die crack. Very late die state reverse. See how the wheat lines are just about not there? That's die wear for you, folks. Lots and lots of die wear. Alright. Let's see. Another one for Randy. Still no luck reversal. If it weren't for bad luck, we'd have no luck at all. Nothing again. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That lower part of that die crack on the right wheat on that one die has just a little bit of displacement. So it looked to me like it was about to turn into a pre-cud die crack, which I don't know if there's a cud listed for the reverse. Nope, this one doesn't have it, so this one could actually be the RPM. Let's hope it's the RPM. Let's flip this over, and it's going to be an RPM, right? Right, everybody? Right. RPM? No. Again, not the RPM. Later die state here, but no RPM. That's coin number 39. Now coin number 40. We have 11 coins left. This one's for DN. And DN does not get an RPM. There it is again. Yep, just a little bit of displacement there at the rim. You can see what we're talking about displacement is that the rim is a little closer in over here, and then it jumps over and it's a little further away here. So you actually have displacement between these two areas bisected by that crack. So if you were to take a micrometer and measure where this goes, it's going to lead just a little bit inside of this, and this would lead just a little bit outside of this. So there's displacement. There's also a little tiny bit of displacement here at the edge of the wheat part of the design. So it's a really nice, let me get this thing out of the way. It's a really nice die crack. This one goes almost all the way through back to the rim. Just not quite. Maybe hairline crack back to the rim, but not very bold, let's say. Just not complete with this particular run. I'd bet you it'd be less than 1,000 coins after this that it would be completely broken die. There's one for Carl. Let's see what Carl gets. Nothing there. Well, it might even be hard. There's a die gouge just underneath the lapel there. Let's see if this is the same die. No, not the same one. Of course it's not. We've got a nice marker on the obverse. Why would we have a nice marker on the obverse of a nice die on the reverse that we're trying to find, right? Sometimes these things can drive you nuts. There's Mac. Let's see what Mac gets. Still not the RPM. This one does not have the gouge. It has a concentric die gouge running around near the date. So perhaps this has our die flow on the reverse. So we can flip this one over and see if that die crack is there, and it's probably not. No. It's a different die crack. It is one, but it's a different die crack. It's not the same crack. I know a crack when I see it twice. That's not the crack. Yeah, everybody who said this would be easy doesn't know what they're talking about. Okay, this is not an RPM, so we could begin our process of elimination. Okay, there's a nice little, not really nice. It's a little die mark right up above the L there. But we'll try for something a little bit better. See if we can identify this die. Let's play the game of identify this die. All right, let's see if it's got the crack. If it doesn't have the crack, we're not going to worry about it. If it doesn't have the crack, we're not going to worry about it. So these are not the droids you're looking for. Move along. All right, let's see. That's 43. Now let's go to 44. Coin number 44 goes to Farm Dog. Well, we got nothing there. Let's see. Very few markers. Very few. Also not the die crack. We're down to hunting for die cracks. Where has life gone? Jeff Dunn. Coin number 45 goes to Jeff Dunn. And still not the RPM. I've almost kind of given up on the RPM. It's like we thought we were going to have more. And it just didn't happen. Who knows how many of these die cracks I skipped by earlier in the roll hunting for that RPM. Chasing the goose. Die cracks, extra thumbs and columns. Yeah. Well, we could be looking for spitting birds. Yeah. All right, this isn't going to be it. But there's some chance that could be the RPM because I haven't seen that reverse again. So let's see. No. Not the RPM. Boys and girls. Not the RPM. Nothing to see here. Move along. Number 47. Bill Crusson. Still not the RPM. 5 examples of an RPM clumped up in the very beginning of the roll. One of the first 7 coins. Here's our die crack again. So with this, we should be able to find a marker on the obverse. So if we run into another one in the last 3 coins in the roll, we'll know what we're looking at before we see the reverse. So let's try it. Let's see what we can get out of this. I mean, it's not going to be anything of great and historic value or anything, but it is going to be a good lesson learned because it teaches us how to look for markers. This is constantly a class. Everything about collecting coins is a class. You're studying. You're not just collecting, you're studying. You study the hobby. You study the coins. You study the history. You study metallurgy. You study forensic die examination. Okay, so there is a little die dot looking thing, I think, next to the N, the top of the N. It's just not good enough, gosh. It's like I can't find... Okay, here we go. There we go. There's a die crack. I don't know how I missed that before. There's a die crack on the shoulder. So it looks like a bird. See how the bird has a wing here, and then there's the body of the bird, and then another wing here. So you've got a bird-shaped die crack on the shoulder. That's going to have the die crack on the reverse. So maybe one of our last 3 coins will be another one of those, and we'll be able to tell before we flip the coin over. All right. This one goes to Mike Birchman. Mike Birchman. Not an RPM. Does it have the die crack? No, it does not have the die crack. So this should not be our reverse die crack. Should not be. So let's see. And it is not. Although it is a very late die state reverse, it is not the die crack we're looking for. All right. So that's a pass. Not a fail. It's a pass. We knew it was not. That's as good as knowing it is. Now we have our next one. Not the RPM. Nothing on the I. Nothing in trust. Nothing in God we. No die crack. So it's probably not going to be the die crack on the reverse. And it is not. That's a pass twice. We've seen this before. Okay, one last coin, folks. Number 50. You have fun with the roll, even if it doesn't really have anything in it that you're really looking for. So here's Jim Fletcher, coin number 50. Set this on here and look for our die crack, which is not there. No RPM. We actually look for the die crack first, then the RPM. This one's got that little thing next to the U, so it's going to be a nothing on the reverse as well. And that is the last coin in the roll. Ladies and gentlemen. So, we're going to have a little bit of fun. Because I'm not done yet. That's why. We're going to go through the obverses of the normal coins in the roll. I got to get this set so that we can actually see. It's going to be a little plasticky because all these coins are in plastic, but we're going to look for the die crack only on the obverse. And then we'll flip them over if we see it. So it's not one. That's not one. That's not one. That one has a die crack down above the VDB. Not looking for that, folks. We're looking for a different one. Nope. Not there. Let's try this one. Nope. Not there. Coin number 12. I don't know that it is coin number 12. It is. Not there. How about number 13? Nope. Okay, nothing for Mr. Fletcher. Let's say Mike Birchman, number 14 here. Okay, there we go. That looks like our die crack. So that means that we should have the big crack on the reverse. No, that isn't our die crack. Kind of looked like half the bird, but the other half wasn't there. So now we have an imposter. You've only got half the bird. Can't do it unless you got the whole bird. Nope. Not that one. What about this? Not that one. And you see, I got fooled once. That's half the bird again. So that's half the bird. It's not going to be one of them. No, it's not. So we know now that we get half the bird, we do not have the die crack on the reverse. We need the whole bird. I didn't know we had a half bird die crack. Now I do. So now that I know we have a half bird, we'll be able to figure this out together. Right? Together. We're together. It's one of those special things, you know. Did you feel that? We had a thing going there. The bird's the word. The bird's the word. That is a half bird. That's not it. That's only a half bird. And I was correct. Only a half bird. Half birds don't count. That is also a half bird. So half birds don't count. Don't count. Wow, I thought we had more of these in here. Just not finding them. Oh, oh, oh. Nope, it's half bird again. It's only a half bird. And it's not. Nope. Wow, we're up in the 30s now. It's going to go quickly. Because if I don't see a crack, I'm moving. Bam, 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 bam. No die crack. No die crack. I find myself doing this a lot of times when I've been through a roll and I get up to like the 47th coin in a roll and I find a die variety. I'm like, have I missed it all this time? Hey, look, look. That one is not the bird. This is a different... Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the bird. There it is right there. You can see it. Wing coming down to a point, and then another wing. So this is it. Plus, it's got the Templar, the Knights Templar mark up here. So I know this is the die crack. They did that specifically for me and this hunt. There it is. Okay. So that's coin number 34. That's Bill Crusson. That's not one. There we go. See, there's our full bird. That's right, boys and girls. That's the full bird. There it is again. Nice big old rim-to-rim die crack going on. All right, that's coin number 36. Now for coin number 37. Coin number 37 goes to Wanda. And we got the full bird again. Right there. Full bird again means we got the crack again. See how easy that is? It's simple once you get into it, right? You just got to completely absorb yourself with it. That's a half bird. That's not going to be it. Not it. It's only a half bird. So it's not there. This is coin number 39 now. Coin number 39 goes to Jim Fletcher, and Jim Fletcher does not get one on this coin. How about Deanne? Does Deanne get one? Deanne does get one. There's the full bird right there. See what a game we made this into? And it actually works. It actually works. So coin number 40. And not a full bird. And not a bird. 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 Wow, there weren't very many of those in here. I thought there were more of them. This has the bird. The bird's the word. The bird's the word. See the bird right here? Bird right here. And it goes this way like this. So this one is going to be one of them. Boom. There it is. Oh, there it is. Here's one for Mike Birchman. Let's see what he gets. Not the bird. This is one of those rare moments where you want to get a bird. Because without a bird, you have no die crack. Without the bird, you have no crack. All right, so we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. 5 of them, number 47, number 40, number 37, number 36, and number 34. And our RPM for this roll, really cool. Number 7, number 6, number 5, number 4, number 1. Number 1, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. So there it is. Is what it is. We've got a bunch of normal coins. We have a few birds. And you guys are going to love me for that later on. You get another 54S. You find a bird on it. It's like you're going to flip it over immediately. Is this a bird coin? Is this one of the bird coins? Do we have one of the bird coins? My dog just sat up and looked at me. What the hell are you talking about over there? Bird coins. All right, here we go. That's it for that. If what had some sort of Blakesley effect. Talking about the crack? No, it would not have a Blakesley effect because a Blakesley effect comes from clips, not cracks. Clip planchets would have a Blakesley effect on the other side of the planchet. The planchette. Let's call this a planchette. It's a planchette. So, that's all I've got for today. That's all we're doing today. I've got nothing else. Unless, you know what? Who wants to stick around for a roll dig? Who wants to stick around for a roll dig? Anybody want to stick around for a roll dig? Let me know. If you want to stick around for a roll dig, I'll get a roll out and we'll go through a roll. I'll get the roll dig software started. Malcolm's in. Coin Dragon says nothing. Eric says I'm here. Screw it. We'll do a roll dig. So I'm going to cut this off. Well, there's a bunch of people. Okay, we'll do a roll dig. I'll go ahead and shut this down, go over and get the roll dig started up, and we'll do a roll dig. Sound good? Go out to the main channel and watch for it to come up on the schedule. And I will be there in just a few minutes.